My name is Rachel Means. The educational philosopher I chose is Burrhus Frederick Skinner. Burrhus was an American psychologist born in 1904. He is regarded for his work as an author, inventor, and a philosopher. Some of Skinner's educational ideas are operant conditioning, radical behaviorism, and progressive education. One of Skinner's best known theories is operant conditioning. In simple terms, it's a method of learning. Skinner theorized that for people to learn optimally, they must be presented with rewards and punishments. From this theory, the Skinner box was developed. Skinner used these boxes to study animal behavior and how learning occurs with the use of reinforcement and punishment. Skinner also developed a teaching box named the glider. This machine was able to give immediate and regular reinforcement to students. One major argument from critics in regards to operant conditioning is that Skinner used animals in his study. It is unclear to the psychologists on the correlation between animal and human behavior and how their learning occurs. My main criticism of this theory is that it doesn't work in all educational settings. Given certain circumstances, children are closed off to the learning experience. Therefore, no matter the reinforcement or the punishment, the process is halted. A person must be willing and able for operant conditioning to occur. Radical behaviorism is the idea that all behaviors can be modified. Skinner's idea on behaviorism differed from the behaviorist theories because he addressed biological factors in genetics. Much like operant conditioning, radical behaviorism rewarded desired behaviors and no stimulus was given for the undesirable behavior. Many critics say that this theory does not apply to all behaviors, such as the gay conversion theory. I agree that it's not always efficient. But my main criticism is that it does not account for environmental or socioeconomical status and how these affect behaviors. Skinner was a believer in progressive education. This method utilizes scaffolding, instruction, small unit, repetition, and review of material and feedback. This method of education can fail if not in a well-run school. Teachers must help students learn accountability, otherwise it serves no purpose. Skinner's impacts on education include the token economy, first-in schedule, and positive behavior reinforcement. Additionally, Skinner wrote a book titled The Technology of Teaching, which highlights some of the areas in which teachers are failing students and ideas on how to improve teachers. Token economies, first-in schedules, and positive behavior reinforcements are all techniques used in behavior modification. The techniques are useful when used correctly. Token economies are when a teacher rewards a student for a desired behavior with a token, such as a star, a coin, or anything else that's tangible, that the student can later turn in for a tangible object, something that is desired, a snack, a toy, something small that has worth for the student. First-in schedules are really useful when helping autistic students. First you'll do this behavior and then we'll get this reward. It can also be modified to use when students have difficulty transitioning, just so that the student has a visual representation of what is to occur during the day. Positive behavior reinforcement is another method, much like radical behaviorism and operant conditioning, that gives positive feedback for desired behaviors. It's to modify behaviors in a positive manner with no punishment in regards to negative behaviors. Last notes. Skinner's theories are effective in modifying behavior with children who exhibit emotional and behavior disorders. From personal experience, I have used a lot of Skinner's methods in some prior schools that I've worked in. I do agree with his methodology, and I have seen it work, but given the right circumstances. There are certain students where these techniques don't always work, or it's just more work for them. Programs such as Mindset and Crisis Intervention also utilize Skinner's theories to inform educators on techniques to modify undesirable behaviors and to best assist students with special needs. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. God bless.